Good day, I'm Marina Kim, and these are the latest news from Kazakhstan. The last heavy argument and dialogue with the authorities. Teachers replacing the constructors in preparation for the new academic year. Kazakhstan's passive chairmanship over the OSCE is going to be resumed with an official summit of the heads of member states in 97 days. State Secretary and at the same time the Kazakh Foreign Affairs Minister Kanat Saudabayev had held a session of the State OSCE Chairmanship Commission yesterday. Nazarbayev's order to take the preparatory measures for the upcoming event was the only issue on the agenda. The OSCE summit preparation was on the agenda of the State Commission composed of entire cabinet. Media was not allowed in, and Foreign Affairs Ministry representatives told reporters they shouldn't expect a regular briefing even when the session was over. The newly appointed head of the National Security Committee, whose previous job was leading the Foreign Affairs Ministry, didn't show up in the meeting. The State Secretary told reporters that there are only 98 days left before the summit, which leaves not much time for thorough preparation.
This actually equals to recognition of our president as a world-class leader. Therefore, it is important to realize the responsibility and the honor that Kazakhstan, along with its leader, has got.
While the officials are undertaking political image pursuits, pensioner Anna Filatova and her 53-year-old son Vladimir launched a hunger strike protesting against the violation of their basic constitutional rights. At the same time, public activist Yermek Narymbayev started the same action in the pre-trial detention center of Almaty. Next report has more.
I still want to live. Pensioner Anna Filatova and her 53-year-old son Vladimir Kuzmintsev have initiated a hunger strike in Almaty with the slogan, "Return the Constitution to the people." Filatova recalls that she was paralyzed as a result of a medical error and she was not able to find justice. We, the elderly people, are a burden for the society. Vladimir says that the authorities have almost put him into the mental clinic but failed to do so thanks to the head of the Kazakh Human Rights Bureau, Evgeny Zhovtis. At the moment, Zhovtis is in the colony. There is nobody that could protect Vladimir's rights. Even to my enemy, I will not wish dying in dirty diapers. I don't want him to look after me. Public activist Yermek Narymbayev is hunger striking, trying to achieve the observance of the civil rights. He was imprisoned for 4 years for the insult to the judge and assault on the police officers. He appealed to the president, general prosecutor and to the city prosecution office, saying that he is on the hunger strike, demanding to restore his rights in the court. According to Zoya Narymbayeva, the hunger strike of her husband is bringing some results. The leadership of the regional penitentiary department promised to open a computer room in the ESI 18 colony, where Narymbayev is located. This type of the room will be very useful for the convicts who are fighting for freedom.
Another convict who is also considered as a political prisoner, Evgeny Zhovtis, was awarded International Human Rights Award by Norwegian Helsinki Committee. Kazakh Human Rights Bureau Director Evgeny Zhovtis was sentenced to 4 years of imprisonment after the car accident which led to human death. Then the court didn't consider a number of attenuating circumstances which independent media evaluated as a political order. Norwegian Helsinki Committee decided to award Zhovtis for his long-term human rights protection activities not only in Kazakhstan but in all Central Asian region. On Tuesday, the committee's Central Asia program coordinator Lena Veteland came to Kazakhstan to personally pass the award. This was reported by the Vremya, the Time newspaper. Zhovtis is currently held in the prison outskirts of Ust-Kamenogorsk. Financial police had conducted an unexpected inspection of the Kazakh Altyn. The company management told reporters that its employees who gave testimonies in London court were pressured by the authorities. Yesterday, a trial over the case of the Kazakh Altyn's previous management was held in London. Meanwhile, the Kazakh Altyn initiated a lawsuit against the financial police and appealed to the city court of Astana. However, the claim was rejected, said the press service of the Polus Zolota company, which controls the Kazakh Altyn.
The Kazakh tax authorities are not inspecting the files from the tax period when the company was ruled by the Asaubayev's family. The management considers the situation around Kazakh Altyn to be destabilized, and pressuring its employees is an unacceptable act. We think it is inappropriate to suppress the company employees who serve witnesses in the London court. We observed facts of long-hour interrogation of these people who have no relation to the purchase of the Kazakh gold. Moreover, these people have been threatened over the phone. They were asked to pull out their testimonies against the violations held during previous management.
The Kazakh Education Ministry is preparing for the new academic year. About 200 secondary schools in the country were found by the Emergencies Ministry as dangerous for exploitation. Repair works of many schools are undertaken by faculty members. In the meantime, the fire alarm is afforded only by private schools or schools supported by President personally.
On the eve of the September 1st, the start of the new academic year, teachers of the southern Kazakhstan received shovels and paintbrushes. The teachers' labor team was mobilized to help complete the construction of a school which has been suspended for 4 years. However, the contractors have used about $2.5 million for all that time, although didn't finish the construction. Teachers refrained from talking to reporters, fearing to lose their jobs. In the City Department of Education, no one sees anything negative in teachers being involved in such activities. Teachers voluntarily decided to help those who are on vacation. Of course, they will get paid for their work. In the meantime, the Education Ministry controllers established that the Shymkent school is not the only one, as there are more than 200 schools in similar situation across the country. We have to remind that some of the officials in the region start forgetting the consequences of the fire in Taldykorgan outpatient departments for drug addicts. We initiated 193 lawsuits to stop the exploitation of objects in fire dangerous condition. Education Ministry, just as the Shymkent City Department of Education, doesn't see anything extreme about the situation. Perhaps this is why the teleconference on preparation for the new school year was postponed to September 2nd. During a teleconference on September the 2nd, the minister, along with mayors of Astana and Almaty, will give full report on what was done to prepare for the school year. In such light, it seems so normal to see the school in Semey, named after the current president of Kazakhstan, as the only school which is fully ready to start the new academic year. We work only 1 year. We did the cosmetic repair during the summer. We can say that the school is fully ready for a new academic year. Teachers of this school were also recalled from leave, although not for finishing the construction of the school, which was completed actually last year, but for preparation for the new academic year.
While teachers of Shymkent secondary schools are doing repair works, officials told reporters that all the schools are ready to accept students during the work session of the Education Ministry. Amongst others, this year's school year will be distinguished also by the new subject introduced in the secondary education system. The self-knowledge course, designed by the First Lady of Kazakhstan, Sara Nazarbayeva, will be introduced as the volume of music, painting and psychology classes will be reduced. The new course implies that pupils will report to teacher about the problems in their families and surroundings and are meant to give proper advices. The subject will be held once a week for all grades, including the 1st and 11th. The self-knowledge course was introduced by the First Lady of Kazakhstan, and perhaps this is why the approach to its implementation is so thoroughly monitored. According to preliminary information, the Education Ministry had spent more than $100 million for introduction of the course. However, no one seemed to consider the opinions of the parents and pupils about the course itself. Our reporters decided to find out public opinion in the following survey.
We can't say clearly whether or not we need this class, but it is important to learn yourself. I guess we don't need it because we have got new technologies, new faculty, new textbooks. I don't know. If this is being introduced while some other classes cancelled, then this is not needed. All my life I will continue learning myself.
The Environmental Protection Ministry plans to seek for $1,123,000 from the state budget for ecology projects. It just adopted a thematic project, Jasil Damu. Residents of Almaty are especially in need of the ministry's support. The mass cut of trees for expansion of the highways led to the increase of smog over Almaty.
Mass felling of trees in Almaty has resulted in the significant increase of maximum permissible concentration of hazardous substances. This was discovered in the Kaz hydromet, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, formaldehyde and the industrial dust. This is what Almaty residents breathe with. There are more traffic jams and the trees are being cut to widen the road, but there are even more crossings. The felling of trees influences our ecology. The leader of one of the oldest ecological organizations of Kazakhstan, Mels Yeleusizov, is not surprised for the revelation of the scientists. The barbarian felling of trees, be it even approved by the administration, would not bring any other results. Yeleusizov claims that the hazardous substances in the Almaty air result in bronchitis, headache and generally poison the organism. Why the businesses are ordering to cut trees, and do they plant any additional trees instead? This is a biological factory. Every tree, every leaf works on photosynthesis. It detects the harmful substances and first of all the carbon dioxide and extracts oxygen into the atmosphere. On Wednesday, August 25th, the Environmental Protection Ministry has informed that the authorities are intended to introduce new standards in Kazakhstan, the so-called green economy. The ministry plans to decrease the harmful influence of the transport, the restoration of natural ecosystems, and the introduction of energy-saving technologies. It also plans to solve the problem of the former Semipalatinsk polygon and planting trees on the territory of around 65,000 hectares. For these purposes, the authorities are asking $1,120,000 from the government.
Astana is preparing for the celebration of the Constitution Day. Yesterday, the city's main square became a platform for the general rehearsal of the military parade. Media, which was invited to cover the last moments of the preparation, were suddenly escorted out of the territory. According to Adilbek Zhaksibekov, people may not want to come to see it live after they watch it on TV. It was anticipated that journalists will get to see the parade with 2,200 soldiers from various squadrons, including a female troop, which would appear in the military parade for the first time. Moreover, the media was supposed to witness the column of heavy military equipment and demonstration of the air show by the Kazakh Air Force right above the Independence Square. However, this all was cancelled as soon as the defense minister arrived at the site, who declared that the parade rehearsal was the military secret.
Why do you need this? What is the purpose of this report? You want to show the rehearsal, but why? We give you the press release. There might be nuances that during the rehearsal. We actually give you all necessary information and you meet with our representatives. We show you the camp, but this process should not be recorded though.
This is it for now. Stay with us. Goodbye.